We're starting with some breaking news today. Prosecutors have revealed that Sir Cliff Richard will face no further action over allegations of sex abuse. In what has been an historical and very much drawn-out case, the Crown Prosecution Service said it had carefully reviewed the case and decided there was insufficient evidence to prosecute. Now, one of our panellists, Gloria, is a lifelong friend of Sir Cliff. She's often talked about it on the show, hasn't she? Yeah. And about, you know, how terrible it's been for him, this long, drawn-out, almost 2 years in August. Gloria's on the phone with us now. Hi, Gloria, good morning or afternoon.
It's a very wonderful day.
Of course it is.
I can't imagine how Cliff is feeling, actually, because I know that I am so elated and so happy for him.
I'm sure you must be. When did you hear the news, Gloria?
Well, literally, I happened to be watching TV as it broke, and, you know, I immediately got in touch with where he was in Portugal. Didn't manage to speak to him, but did manage to speak to people around him. So I gather that there was a lot of emotion going on, and I can't even imagine the relief he must feel, because I know the relief I feel. But, you know, his friends, myself included, we always knew that Cliff would be cleared. It's just a question of when. Cliff is a good man, has always been a good man, has always done his best, whether it's for charity or for people. And so we knew that these accusations just couldn't be accurate. And so from that point of view, I'm so pleased for him that the sheer frustration, the deep frustration and anger, really, has disappeared.
Well, he has said that he says, I've always maintained my innocence, cooperated fully with the investigation. I can't understand why it's taken so long to get to this point. As I said, August 2014, this all started. As his friend, and you're very close to him, and you've been through this with him, how has that affected him, Gloria, that amount of time being under this cloud of suspicion?
Terribly, really. You can imagine. I mean, if you accuse me of stealing your pen on the desk there, loose women, and I haven't done it.
Are you sure, Gloria? Because I've had a few pens go missing. Are you sure?
No, but you know what I'm saying? You know, if you're accused of something in the wrong and you haven't done it, that's a simple thing. But multiply that by squillions to be accused of the things he's been accused of. The frustration and, in a way, the disbelief that in a way, he said it himself, that people could do that to him. You know, like, why? Because he genuinely has always tried to lead his life in a very good fashion, and in my eye, has always done so. I mean, I've always said I trust him with any member of my family, you know, to the nth degree.
I think the thing that worries me about this whole episode is that when the police raided his house, it was shown live on the BBC, and it was as if the police and the BBC were in cahoots. There was collusion.
I've never seen anything like it.
I imagine that if it happened to any of us and our homes were raided live on TV, you think something's not right.
And this was before he was even interviewed. I know, they televised it.
The point is, Janet, you know, you're absolutely correct, and the point is that he was sitting in Portugal in his own house when somebody rang him and said, switch on the TV, your house is being raided. Have you any idea of what that would be like? Sitting, you know, miles away, watching your house being raided by umpteen police, etc., and a helicopter up above, and reports coming live from that. I think that's why the British public have been so incensed, because it was such a breach of privacy. And in a way, such an unknown thing in this country for that to happen. Yeah,
it was like watching a movie or something, wasn't it? Gloria, when do you think you might be seeing Cliff next?
Well, I'm actually seeing him next week, but we did have a few days down in France just last week, and so I was able to witness at first hand his deep frustration at nearly 2 years of just not knowing. And the thing, I think the way forward for all of this and for everybody involved, and, of course, we do know the seriousness of some of the cases that have been cited and prosecuted. But I do believe, and I think he now totally believes, that people shouldn't be named and shamed until a charge is made on either side.
Yeah, that is something else we've talked about a lot. Gloria, I have to move on for now, but thank you, and do send him our best when you see him and speak to him next.
And I love the way the audience reacted, because that just shows the instinctive nature of how people are so pleased for him.
If you've enjoyed that, then why not click here for more? And don't forget to subscribe by clicking here, so that you never miss out on the best Loose Women moments.
Get home and you do this, you pull yourself together and you open the front door and smile, because you don't want to burden anybody else, whether it's family or friends or your other half or anything like that, because they're not necessarily going to understand. And I think that...
Did your other half pick up on it, though?
No, I was very good at hiding it.